Hey guys, this is Tara Macklin hopping in here to talk to you guys a bit today about hair loss and PCOS and just some things to kind of run you through to help you troubleshoot so that way you can better work on recovering your hair. It's not as easy as you think, of course, because all things with PCOS really just aren't that simple, right? But there's some things that maybe you need to know while you're also troubleshooting. And because we are kind of culturally the way that we are, where everything's this instant gratification, know that there's going to be some reasons why that I'm going to highlight as to why you can't expect that with this process. So first place I thought I'd start is that your hair actually has like 4 phases that it goes through in the cycle of its life. And I'm going to kind of refer back here to my notes so I make sure that I don't miss a beat. But you have what's called an anagen phase. So that's phase 1, and this is the growth phase. This phase could last for any amount of time, about 2, maybe 6 years even, if you have good nutrition and all that kind of stuff. This is where a lot of the blood supply is getting into the hair follicle, helping the hair grow, get all of its nutrients and do its thing. And then you have the canogen phase. So this is a transition phase. This is where, again, we're starting to kind of unlatch from our nutrient source. This is where we're going into just phasing out of getting all of our nutrition, but we're still attached. Then we're going to get into what's called the telogen phase, and this is your resting phase. And this phase right here is probably where we run into our bigger problem. So this is our resting phase. This is where the bulb of the hair is completely detached. And so this is just a resting period. Your hair could fall out in anywhere between, I don't know, 2-4 months, up to 6 months. It can kind of just chill and be in a resting phase. And then we have what's called the exogen phase, which is where finally the hair sheds. So those are the 4 stages of your hair and what that looks like. So what tends to be a problem that women run into when they're working on their hair is not realizing what phase they're in. So once the hair gets into the telogen phase, or telogen phase, then there's nothing you can do about that. There's no turning back. That hair is destined to fall out no matter what things you do. So when you start doing a treatment for your hair, no matter what it is, and you're trying to problem solve the hair loss, just be aware that it could be about 3, maybe 6 months before you see the positive results of whatever it is that you choose to do. So bear that in mind. Here are some other troubleshooting things to kind of run you through. Whether you have PCOS or not, these are some things that may pop up as being contributing factors. If you don't address the contributing factor to your hair loss, you will never, it's going to keep being a problem. So keep in mind medications that you're on. Many PCOS women have lots of medications that they're given for various things, especially if you're on an antidepressant, maybe you're on hormonal birth control, antifungals, antibiotics, and acne medications can all contribute to hair loss as one of their signs or symptoms. So just make sure you're reading the pamphlet and seeing if that falls into that category for medications that you're on. Let's see. Are you eating enough? So this is another one. Again, PCOS women, we a lot of times have insulin resistance. So food is like a big thing that we're talking about, or even just women that in general, they're stressed, and the way they manage their stress, they don't eat, something like that. If you're not getting enough nutrients and getting enough caloric intake, your hair is not an important feature to keeping you alive, and your body will not try to shunt blood flow and nourishment to your hair, so your hair will fall out. Thyroid. Is it a thyroid issue? Have your thyroid checked and make sure that it's not a contributing factor. Do you ovulate? So again, going back to PCOS women, this is one of our problems that we have is ovulation. If we're not going through ovulation, then we don't have the nice flow of estrogen and then progesterone after ovulation. So when we lack in those areas, our hair is not going to stay when we have hormonal imbalances. Also, testosterone, we tend to be a little bit more testosterone driven than most females that don't have PCOS too, and testosterone can also play a role. So just that hormonal balance, if we don't have the nice balance, and we're supposed to have some amounts of testosterone, so you just want that to be nice balance for the normal flows to happen in the hormones, and that way your hair will stay where it belongs. Zinc. Do you need zinc? So zinc is a great one. It's actually one that I suggest often because it's actually really helped me out a lot. Again, kind of do your due diligence with your physician and looking at what's kind of driving this out for you. But zinc plays a great role in helping keep androgen levels, so like your testosterones, your DHEAs, all those kind of things help try to create some balance in there. Also, it's great for inflammation. If maybe you have an inflammation-driven element, then zinc would be something to look into to help you out with that kind of stuff. Zinc deficiencies are very common in a vegetarian diet and also when you're on hormonal growth control. So that's just something to keep in mind. Iron deficiencies can play a role in this as well. So if you're also experiencing lots of fatigue, iron can play a role in this. So if you are having fatigue and you're having hair loss, then that might be your red flag to kind of go get your iron levels checked. So just ask your physician to check that out and see what he thinks about that. We've talked about PCOS definitely being a contributing factor in here with our higher androgens. We are highly susceptible to inflammation in our bodies amongst other women. So bear those in mind, that those are contributing factors. They kind of play off of each other and can result in loss of hair. So chronic inflammation, and that could be just anyone. There's lots of other medical conditions out there that apply to having chronic inflammation. So if you are someone that maybe has like fibromyalgia or some other kind of condition where it's just chronic inflammation, then and you're having hair loss, then this is something to consider. And it's just a matter of addressing the chronic inflammation, whether it be food. I can tell you I'm someone that had inflammation due to food, and of course stress. So stress levels can play into that, all that kind of different stuff. Pay attention to your skin. If you're getting different skin conditions commonly, and they tend to coincide also with hair loss, and inflammation may be one of your causalities there too. So and addressing that underlying condition, some of us have inflammation that's not related to food, so it may not be food related. So just do some due diligence, get with your physician, and see if he can help you figure out what that underlying cause is of your inflammation. So those are just some quick troubleshootings and just some understandings of what the hair growth cycle looks like. So I have actually more information of what I have done that has really served me in with my hair growth and kind of getting my hair back to the state upon which it belongs. So if you guys want to seek that out, check out that blog down there below, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.